Customer service in the insurance industry, it's evolving. It's something that we need to try harder to do better. We need to improve. The little details are very important. We need to make sure that we're focusing on the little details, using the customer's name, building a rapport. Hi, Therese here with Agency Performance Partners. Just coming to you about this blog, Insurance Customer Service Training, 10 Things to Train On. We have this great 10 processes course in the school that talks to you about the 10 most important things and processes, procedures that we need to have built into our agencies to build customer service. The first one is phone techniques. We need to make sure that we have a greeting that is across the board for the agency. We need to make sure that we have good tones of voice. There's a slide out there that we use that says that a certain percentage of what people get from a conversation is body language. So if you're on the phone with them, you can't show them your body language. They're not seeing body language. So you lose like 58% of the communication that we as humans basically communicate through hand gestures and facial movements and how we talk. And when that is not part of a conversation because we're on the phone, people kind of take things differently. So we all know people who have written in social media or put something on a forum and it's taken the wrong way, or texted something and the tone is taken the wrong way. So we need to realize in these forms of communication, if we're not face to face with people, they're not using our body language, our gestures. They're using our tone of voice and basically what we're saying. So we need to make sure that we have a really good greeting for the agency, that we use really good tones of voice, that we use empathy, that we listen, and that we don't interrupt a client. So that's phone techniques. Next one is effective claims servicing. So we need to keep time frames. When a claim is happening, it's very important to get back in touch with a client in a good time frame. Basically, do a by when. I will get back to you by tomorrow at 2 p.m. And make sure that you follow up. If you don't have an answer by tomorrow at 2 p.m., you still need to call them tomorrow at 2 p.m. and say, I don't have an answer yet. Let me do some more digging and I'll call you back today at 4. You have to make sure you're giving the client the expectation that you're respecting their time, that you're respecting your time. You also need to know a lot of information when it comes to claims servicing. You need to know the carrier. You need to know the accident. You may need to have the accident report. You need to be very educated on claims and how they work. Remember, you don't ever want to say something about it's the client's fault before you know the details, because most of the clients that call, whether they're at fault or not, they think they're not at fault. So we have to be very careful of that. You also want to be careful of sending information, especially in writing about a claim, when you are not a claims adjuster, you are not the carrier, you're just an independent agent. And I use the word just very lightly. You're not just an agent. But in this case, when it comes to claims, you really don't have a lot of authority with claims. So you have to be very careful about putting stuff in writing and what you're telling the client. So it's always best to get them in touch with the claims adjuster. The next one is new business strategies. You want to have sales techniques and you want to have really good follow-up. So if your agency salespeople all are doing the sales the same way, like a strategy, a structure, a process, then you're in good shape. If they're not and they're just kind of doing it their own way and they're winging it, you may want to review that process. You may want to review how they're contacting clients, how often they're following up with clients. Are they breaking up with clients, or are they hanging on to these clients for 3 months instead of breaking up with them? So you definitely want new business strategies. Handling renewals. You also want a way to handle renewals. Having renewal lists, running renewal lists, how to review a policy is very important. If you can contact your customers once a year, that's great for handling renewals. And I know it sounds really hard, and I know we've heard agencies, I can't do that, or that's not possible. But it's difficult when you start it, but once you get in the rhythm, it's not that many calls per person. It could be like 4 to 8 calls a day So it's not too bad. And when you're proactively reaching out to these customers, then you're getting less customers calling in upset. It just is overall a really good strategy. Next one is reducing remarketing. Reviewing policies first. Don't ever use the word rewrite, requote, or remarket with a client. No, no, no. Clients should not know what a requote is, what a remarket is, or what a rewrite is. That should not be in their vocabulary. What should be in their vocabulary is, hey, can you review my policy? Can we take a look at my policy? Or let me review your policy for you. And then you need to know how to deter remarkets. So, how do we get people not to want to change carriers? How do we deter that? There could be a down payment. It could mess your escrow up. There could be inspections that come with when we rewrite your policy to another carrier. So, be mindful of those remarkets. And if you are remarketing, keep track of your remarketing hit ratio. Are you spending way too much time requoting and remarketing clients when they have already renewed or they've already left? Such a waste of time. So the next one is stopping policy cancellations. How to talk to a client about why they want to cancel, how to deter them and convince them of you and your agency's value. The next one is handling payments with ease, putting clients on EFT and pay in full, deterring walk-ins and call-in payments. Those are time wasters, so we definitely want to make sure that we're handling payments and we're still giving great customer service, but we also say, hey, just like self-checkout at the grocery store, they could do payments online with a portal. Some people like that, some people don't. I get it. The next one is documentation skill or documentation tasks. How and when to document a client's file. Remember, we don't want to be writing a book, but we also want to make sure that all of the important stuff gets in our management system. The next one's proof of insurance tactics. So guiding customers to use portals to get proof of insurance or using forms instead of just client expecting everything immediately. So you have to have guidelines when it comes to proof of insurance. If your agency is always in the habit of just getting them done immediately, when you're working on something, if a client wants a proof of insurance and they're expecting it immediately because that's how you've trained them, that can be a negative for your agency. And the last one is effective endorsement activities. So how to do endorsements and how to prioritize them. If there's endorsements that come in, things that are quick that we could do in 2 minutes, we want to do them right away. But if it's stuff that needs to take some time, we've got to prioritize those and we have to know how to handle them. Customer service in the insurance industry, it's evolving. It's something that we need to try harder to do better. We need to improve. The little details are very important. We need to make sure that we're focusing on the little details using the customer's name, building a rapport, making sure the customer understands the value of our agency as an independent agency, the value of me as an agent. Basically, how can we keep that customer for life? How can we make that customer a customer for life? Number one is getting the policy to begin with, building rapport, letting them know the value of our agency. Number two, getting cross-sells, getting other policies so they have all their policies with us because that's better retention. And then calling them at renewal and making sure that they have all the discounts, that you're reviewing their policies. All of those things are super, super important. You want customers for life. So when your salespeople bring those customers in, the thought needs to be, I want these customers for life. Even though the salesperson may not be the one that services them, the salesperson sells the policy, then introduces your service staff. So you know that it basically is, a process. They understand that it's a process, the sale into the service and then into your agency. And I am outside in the state of North Carolina where the weather, it's fall and it's beautiful. And I'm sure you can hear that dog barking and you probably heard my air conditioner come on. So that is all from me. Make sure your staff are wowing your customers. We have at APP a little piggy bank, and we talk about putting customer service experiences in the piggy bank. Every time you do something great for a customer, you're adding money into the customer piggy bank, and you want that customer piggy bank to be full for every single client. Now, we do have lower tier clients that are time wasters sometimes, and we do want to give them great customer service, but we always want to try to get them to graduate. You want to educate them and train them to graduate into the top tier clients. Hopefully, those clients can move up and get into those top tiers. If not, then maybe you need to donate those clients to your competitor. We hope this blog was educational. We hope it helped. We hope we gave you some ideas. If you need anything, agencyperformancepartners.com. We're always happy to help. Thanks so much for joining me and have a wonderful day.